Hello. Oh, hello everyone. It's 10. Is that right? 10. My clock's 10 minutes early. It's 10:20, 24. 10:24 in the PM. Saturday evening. It's been a fun week. Um, I realize all my videos are like way at night. I know, and I know it's a bit dark, but it's better. It's better than it being too late. I don't. Whatever. Anyway, so the week's been kind of jam packed. I always say that whenever I do one thing that's out of the ordinary, something that's out of routine. I went ahead and picked up the prize we're gonna give out for the Smash tourney that I'm gonna be arranging. Hang on, let's see if I can turn on some lights. There you go. How was that? I picked up Chic, and I don't know how rare that is anymore. I tried to look up a really accurate amiibo guide. Apparently Shulk was wave 3, and she was one of the more rare amiibos out there. I think the only ones that were more rare than Sheik, was Rosalina and Luma, but that's because this guy bought like 1,000 or 2,000 amiibos and pre-ordered them off the internet. Because this story is this guy hates Rosalina and Luma so much that he decided no one gets to play as her amiibo. No one gets an amiibo of Rosalina and Luma because why you gotta be that guy that's gotta ruin it for everyone? How much do you actually care? Anyway, so I did that yesterday. The Smash tourney that I'm talking about actually isn't actually for till another month. The next tournament is actually next week, which is the Pokemon tournament. Man, I'm gonna miss senior year. Just helped me realize, some things that I should have done 1 or 2 years. Like I joined swim team this year. I did Leo Club, CSF. I did CSF last year, but I feel like if I had more time, I would be more set. But now everything's just down the clock. But I joined Anime Club, but I do have a good reason for not joining Anime Club because I thought that Anime Club didn't exist anymore. I remember knowing about it 10th grade, and I went to one meeting, and they didn't do anything. They were just watching, I think, they were watching a Miyazaki film. That's all I know. They were watching a Studio Ghibli movie, and that's it. And that's all they did. And I said, is this all Anime Club is? We're not even going to do anything? Anyway, and then 11th grade, I was like, I'm going to try and join. But nothing. I never knew where the meetings were. I didn't know when they were, and I didn't know anything about it until like towards the end of the year. I heard that they were running tournaments. I remember they were talking about having a Smash tournament, and I wanted to go, but then I have never played Smash before, and you have to pay entry to play. But also, you have to pay entry just to watch, which I thought was kind of it's unreasonable to me. I don't know who came up with that idea. I'm sorry, who came up with that idea. I just don't think it was very good. But senior year, I kind of helped take over the anime club, and so I decided tournaments are not gonna be free if you're just gonna watch. I don't understand paying, like having the viewer pay, just to cheer on their friends maybe. So I went ahead and got rid of that policy. But this year is pretty fun. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to join before was swim team, but I just didn't know how to swim, and that was my excuse. So then I said, okay, you know what, fine. Next year I'll join swim. I'll do it. And so I did it because I said I would. Now I know how to swim, and it's super fun. And now I hate it because this is like my first and last year in swim. And like on the first day of swim, my coach was like, to all my seniors who were new here, why weren't you here last year? I'm like, you know what? Now I understand. I should have been here last year. I completely get it. So it's fun, and I've never felt more fit in my entire life. Fit into my skinny jeans again, which I had to wear today because we had a God, I had a really good segue, but then I screwed it up because I forgot my sentence. We had a community service event and there was uniform. That's why I was going with the skinny jeans. We had to wear black pants. And I haven't been able to fit my skinny jeans for 3 years until I joined swim team. So that sounds really fun for me. The community service event was really fun. It was like that crab feed event. Um, Sorry, I'm getting notifications. This is the coolest thing. Um, it's connected via Bluetooth, so I get notifications on it. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, it was like the crab feed event we went to, where we were basically serving people for a charity auction. The only difference is I wasn't assigned to bussing tables because people would come up and get food themselves, which I prefer than going over and giving food out to the people because I swear to God, like there were two crab feeds, and as like being a volunteer, you can't really complain too much. You're not supposed to, but at the same time, you find being a volunteer also lets you understand from the perspective of the worker what it's like to serve the customer. And the whole policy of the customer is always right, where sometimes customers can be rude, sexist, or just downright like inappropriate. Like we are, like a lot of us aren't even of age, and I'm hearing stuff like this, and I'm from my friends, and I'm like, wow, really? You put up with that shit? I would not. Um, nothing too egregious, but I'm just saying like it shouldn't even happen in the first place. That's why I'm mentioning it. But yeah, this event went by a bit more smoothly because everything was a bit more. It required more from the customers than the actual people serving them. It was a bit less automatic, but because of that, there were a lot less complications. I was assigned to one job for 4 hours. I stood behind a table selling catfish. And by the way, if you know where I am, if you're in my area, Earl's Barbecue, I think in Benicia Road, is the best freaking. I've never had catfish before, like fried catfish. Man, that's great. The way it's cooked. Okay, I don't know if this is universal, but the way it's cooked, it's got like flour around it, and it's like it's a bit cheesy, and I don't know how to describe it, but it's so good. It tastes like okay. How do I describe this with by making it sound really appealing? It's like nacho chips and fish at the same time, but you can barely taste the fish. I don't know, but Earl's Barbecue so good. I was serving like four different what is it trays full of just that in the entire night because Earl, the guy who owns the restaurant, came up to me in the beginning and said, "Hey, you want some? You can go get some." So he gave me some, and I was like, "That's so good." And then for like the next 4 hours, I've just been waiting to take a break because I was alone at the table. No one was gonna take my spot, so I couldn't. I couldn't just leave until we were told to leave. I was just waiting. I was just waiting. It's like, I hope there's some left because I want some. And then our organizer came up to us and said, "You can take a break and go eat." I said, "Okay, can I get some? Can I get some catfish?" And I just took a plate in front of me and just grabbed like a whole thing of just catfish, and just went around. And that's pretty much all I had is catfish and a couple cookies. And this guy who was selling Swedish meatballs, man, that guy's super nice. And he offered me a bunch of business cards in case I wanted a summer job, which I'm gonna look into. But other than that, the event was fun. I saw some familiar faces. My eighth grade U.S. history teacher. I haven't seen her in 4 years. I have fond memories from that class, and just learning a lot from her, just outside of like the classroom environment. Just learning some philosophical stuff like life lessons, stuff like that. There's some teachers that stick out because they teach you past the curriculum. I know I know for a fact that within the past 4 years of high school, I can name at least two or three teachers that I've had over the years that have taught me things far more valuable than how to find the square root or of whatever the hell, that kind of stuff. And these are the people that stick with you through your whole life. And I haven't been able to visit because middle school, going to the middle school where she works at, and my busy schedule is just yeah. And by busy schedule, I just mean the fact that school. um, and now I'm in a swim practice as well, so I really have no choice. But it was good seeing her again, and I also saw my algebra 2 teacher. I thought she was a good teacher. I don't exactly have fond memories of that class. I just the only thing I remember of that class was being like a complete asshole to this one guy. But that's another story for a different day. For now, I am tired. I'm gonna go sit, maybe wash my face, play a few rounds of Smash, And I picked up Sheik, not just because I am maining Sheik right now. I already talked about the rarity, but if no one wants it, I kind of want to keep it because it's a pretty good. It's a pretty good figure, I think. Like like the ideas of an amiibo, is pretty good. Execution subpar. Yeah. People already know about that in the news. They don't need to hear it from me. I hope everyone else had a fantastic week. I will see everyone next week. Oh my god, I forgot to talk about the swim meet. You know what? I'll talk about that next week. See you.